If you're looking to raise capital, you have to be very careful because most people out there are raising capital in ways that violate SEC laws, which could lead to huge fines and possibly even jail time. Quick disclaimer, this is only informational, not legal advice, and please consult a securities attorney. So the reason most people are doing it in a way that violates the laws is there's something called the Howey test, Howey. Look it up. The SEC uses this to determine if an investment is a security. First one is there an investment of money or assets? Is there an expectation of profit? Is there common enterprise? And are the profits derived mainly from the efforts of somebody besides the investor? And most investments would check all four boxes, so they would consider a security. Then the violation is because if you're raising capital for a deal that's not your own, you're basically connecting the deal with the investor. You're brokering a security without a broker's license. And there are also strict laws around marketing any particular deal on social media, email, text. For example, you cannot solicit directly or indirectly investors for your investment. The only way you can do that is if you have a 506c, but even then you have to have all these disclaimers. But for the most part, you just cannot do that. You can't even post something like, congratulations to our investor who invested in this deal and made this return, because that's considered indirect solicitation. You definitely cannot say, here's a deal that's going to pay X return over this time. So one of the best resources besides talking to an attorney is using ChatGPT, because it knows the law books better than some attorneys and it's free. Just give it the prompt, act like an SEC attorney, tell it whatever you're trying to do, your situation, your goal, and it'll tell you if it's compliant or not. And it'll give you tweaks that what I've noticed is the smallest tweaks by exchanging one word or phrasing it differently makes it go from violation to compliant. In the description, I included a phone call with the securities attorney and my good friend, Nathan Chapman, who's a Sub 2 Gator member. And also, if you're in Sub 2, PACE has a capital raising class, and one of the Zooms is where he brought in a securities attorney to talk about all these issues. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, but first chat with ChatGPT. But as the great John Pennington said, who was part of a $2.8 billion fund that he retired from, it's all about staying in the game and not getting in trouble.